Live from the KWQC Broadcast Center in downtown Davenport with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel. This is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, don't miss your chance to see the best of the Wild West in action. The Buffalo Bill Museum is hosting 2 action-packed shows next weekend, and we're getting a preview. And from the Wild West to the United Kingdom, a closer look at the upcoming Celtic Night Out hosted by the Scottish American Society of the Quad Cities. Plus, tips for TADS, the annual fundraiser benefiting melanoma research, is marking its 13th year. We'll get details on this fun event offering life-saving support. Hello and welcome to Quad Cities Live on this Juneteenth. It is Thursday, June 19th. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kyle Keel. Morgan has the afternoon off. Well, Planet Funk Con is back this year and bigger than ever, bringing a full weekend of cosplay, comics, collectibles, and creativity here to the Quad Cities. Now in its 8th year, the event has become a can't-miss celebration of all things pop culture. Marcus Gray is the Planet Funk Con showrunner, and he joins us now in the studio. Marcus, I know you're very busy planning ahead for next week, and thank you for taking time to come talk about Planet Funk Con.
Oh, no, I appreciate having us out, Kyle, and I just wanted to make sure the word was getting out about the event, letting everybody know about all that funky goodness coming up. I mean, we got tons of guests this year, more guests than we have ever had.
Oh, boy.
About 30 plus, and varying all types of genres, movies, games, comics, you name it, we got the guests for it. So we got a little bit for everybody.
Yeah, so obviously, you know, these types of events go on all across the country, but what makes Planet Funk Con kind of stand out from other conventions in the region, really?
So it's all the attention to details.
Sure.
Our vendors have always kind of gave us like nice praises for being able to meet a lot of needs, give support where it's needed. A lot of shows out there don't necessarily support their local staff and vendors and stuff like that. So we always try to do that. We're constantly out there trying to make sure our attendees are always having a fun time.
Yeah.
We have a very safe, inclusive environment. Everybody's welcome down there. You know, any grievances you have, leave it at the door.
There you go.
This is a fun space, so come in and have fun.
Yeah, I like that you actually get out there and connect with the people there, because that makes a better show for you, if not now, for the future as well. So you kind of alluded to it. You got a lot of special guests lined up here next weekend in the Quad Cities. So who is going to be here next weekend?
Ooh, so just to point at a couple of things here. So we got the Green Lantern right here.
Okay, yes.
John Stewart in Justice League Unlimited. He was voiced by Phil LaMarr. Phil LaMarr, you may know from Pulp Fiction, Mad TV, and just a slew of other roles, including one which we have the DVD box set for Samurai Jack here, where he was the main character of Jack on that show.
All right.
And then going on here next to the one, we got the little Funko Pop of Bond from Seven Deadly Sins.
Okay.
Ben Diskin, who was the voice of that character, he will be there. Ben has also voiced countless roles too, from Venom from Spider-Man to just codename Kicks Next Door #1 there. And then below that, we have Robotech, which is on its 40th anniversary.
40 years, okay.
Yeah, the 80s is a long way away now.
Gosh, that's hard to fathom that the 80s was 40 years ago. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, and well, and it's on its 40th anniversary, and we have the main character who is featured on this box, Rick Hunter, who was voiced by Tony Oliver, who will also be at the show this weekend. Side note, Tony Oliver was the man that originally penned the script for Power Rangers. So he helped write the first episode and most of season 1 and a lot of things, which ties into some of the other guests, because we do have Power Rangers there.
Power Rangers? Oh boy.
And we have the VR Troopers, which he basically penned the pilot script for that, which was a spinoff of Power Rangers, or kind of more a Power Rangers clone of that case, but all the Sentai love, neither the less. And then going on to the next one, we do got Bettina Bush, Rainbow Bright's original voice actress. She will be at that show also. So we got dolls. There will be plenty of Rainbow Bright dolls available.
Lots of merch.
People come out, check them, pick one up, say hi to Bettina and tons of the other guests. And then speaking of dolls, we got a very notable 80s doll character, the one that was created to kind of go compete against Barbie back then. And this was Jim from
Jim
and the Holograms.
All right.
And she was voiced by Miss Samantha Newark, who's also a guest at the show, which she will have dolls there. She will have a ton of Jim merch.
Okay.
We know a lot of the Jim fans are out there, so we always try to tell them, hey, if you can, go by, say hi, and definitely pick up a cool piece of history from that time frame. Also, Samantha was one of our first-year guests.
Oh, okay, so making a return.
Yeah, so this is her first time back in 8 years now.
8 years. All right, so obviously if you're headed this weekend, you want to get some merch as well. Some Planet FunCon merch. You're wearing this T-shirt here?
Sporting our new Planet
FunCon
T-shirt. This is, our previous year's one was the orange and little logo. We still do have this available.
I do like that one,
and it will be available at the show.
All right.
Also, our volunteers will be wearing bright orange ones, so if you need help, look for the nice orange cone T-shirts. They're out there.
They're out there. And we got a tote bag too.
Yes.
For your merch.
So the tote bags are available for the VIP members.
For the VIP, okay.
Also, along with a nice shiny little pin right
Love a
here.
good pin.
This is like a little exclusive one that is just for our VIP folks. There will be some available for sale at the main door and all that fun stuff. And the VIP badge, which was attached to the shirt, which is that. So we will have a different VIP badge for that one. That's just a base model.
Sure.
We have nice little metal ones coming.
Metal one, okay. Yeah, this is not. This is definitely not metal. So
so
that'll be a.
So we'll have some pretty cool ones coming. I know a lot of people tend to collect the previous year's badges. We always try to do something special with the VIP badges throughout the years. Some of the times we'll do like nice little 3D printed ones. We'll do nice metal ones, wooden ones.
Yeah.
So we like to change it up each year.
All right, and on the screen right now, we've got the entertainment spotlight. So you're hosting quite a bit of entertainment this weekend as well.
Yes. So the QC Rollers, they a local Quad Cities Derby team. They'll be out there at the show. They'll have a booth there. Our 501st, which are the Star Wars cosplayers and entertainers, they have like a $10,000 Vader suit that the guy comes in and that stuff. Amazing stuff. And then we'll have the Twister truck there, which if you've seen that movie, Dorothy will be there in all her glory.
Caught Deanna Rodriguez's attention, that's for sure. All right, so we're also looking at some of the guest spotlights as well.
Yes, so we do have like some that are shown right now. Jeannie Kwan, she was on Avatar: The Last Airbender. She was known as Suki, and she was also in California Dreams, and she was Chun-Li on Street Fighter.
Oh, okay.
And then we got the voice of Ben Diskin being shown right now, who was Bond in that 7 Deadly Sins anime. He was #1 on Codenames Kids Next Door. And just a ton of other slew of voices that have done. And then same thing, we got the voice of Goku, the original voice of Goku, Ian Corlett. He'll be there, and a lot of people, that was like their gateway into watching a lot of anime and stuff. So,
all right, obviously cosplay a big part of this as well. So we're seeing some of the spotlights on the screen. Yes,
so we do have several cosplayers who will be there. Sunny Doom, she is one of our local cosplayers that comes out to do it, same as Celtic Honey and Dawn Star Cosplay. And then our cosplay coordinators, Josh Torch and Sarah Neroff, they will be handling all our cosplay competition for that weekend. So people come out, compete. There's cash prizes up to $500 in various prizes and all that stuff. So show off your skills. You might go home with some money with you. So
there you go. Sounds like a big weekend. So Planet FunCon is Friday, June 27th through Sunday, June 29th. It'll be at the River Center there in downtown Davenport. We have all the hours on your screen. And if you want to purchase tickets to the show, you can head to planetfuncon.com. Marcus, sounds like a busy weekend in the best way possible. I think you got everything going on down there at the River Center.
Yeah, there will be tons. There's free Legos for the folks that's coming out for Legos.
Free Legos. We love Legos.
There's going to be face painting for the kids. Some of the cosplayers are going to be bringing costumes for kids that don't have costumes for them. They'll give them one. They'll supply one for them so they can walk around and check it. And then it's just going to be a fun time to interact with your fellow nerds and geeks and fandoms all meet together.
All right, love it. Thanks so much for joining us today, Marcus.
Nice to
meet you. All right, well, coming up on QCL, we've got the Buffalo Bill Museum hosting its action-packed Wild West shows next weekend. We'll get the details on this fun, family-friendly event next.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Take a step back into time. The Wild West next weekend in LeClaire as Buffalo Bill, Annie Oakley, sharpshooters, and more come together for Buffalo Bill's Best of the Wild West show. Rita Faro, Executive Director of the Buffalo Bill Museum, is joining us now to talk more about the big show. Rita, I feel like we were just talking about last year's event. I can't believe it's already here.
Yeah, you're telling me. I know.
Yeah,
what
I'm sure
happened
you
to
of all
that
people
year?
know, I know.
It's just, you know, it's true what they say. You know, time flies when you're having fun, Kyle.
Exactly. Well, as everyone knows, Buffalo Bill born in LeClaire, so this is obviously a really big deal to have this show in LeClaire.
It is a really big deal. And doing it 2 years in a row, I can't even tell you how grateful I am. And this year, we've had so many things happen that are exciting. Modern Woodman has come on as a presenting sponsor.
Oh, okay.
And so, I mean, that's just a huge thing and wonderful for us.
Yeah.
And then we just, also Blackhawk Bank is going to sponsor. Angela Meyer is the opening concert this year, both mornings.
Yeah, Angela, a good friend of the show. She's very, very talented, so everyone's going to want to come out and listen to her.
She has a new album just dropped.
Yeah.
See, look at me, dropped. June 4th, Angela, I got that.
Yes, so she'll be performing both days, right?
Both days, so the show, this is an all-day event. It's really a family-friendly event. It's our biggest fundraiser of the year.
Yes.
And we so appreciate it. Last year you came out, Kyle,
I sure did,
on Friday, and our hope was you would ride a horse. I saw a picture, I don't know if they'll put that up, but it's of you not riding a horse.
Yeah, I couldn't get on the horse because it was too rainy, too wet. I wasn't dressed for it, but you know, I think this.
But you interviewed Jordan Moore, and we so appreciate it.
He was fantastic.
I know, and we learned so much last year, but we have new acts coming this year, and the show ground. So tickets are $15 in advance for adults, $8 for children, $20 at the gate, $10 for children. You can get advance tickets online from our Facebook page or our website, or you could buy them at the museum. But if you go to the gate, and they're showing some pictures. It's an all-day thing.
It is, yeah.
The grounds, we have 2 shuttle buses. And again, we'd like to thank the Riverboat Twilight for sponsoring those shuttles. There you are, not riding a horse.
No, not riding a horse. Maybe this year, we'll see.
And the Twilight sponsors, that's our Buffalo Bill.
Yeah.
They do fantastic. All of the acts are like the original acts of his. This is a Lockstep Drill Team. They're coming back, and we were delighted. It's 15 girls from Wisconsin. We had 2,000 people last year.
2,000?
We did.
That's a good turnout, especially, you know, I know you were wondering, hey, this is the first year.
And you were there on Friday when it rained all day.
Yeah.
We had no clue. But they have activities. This is Boomtown. Because it's an all-day activity, it really is. The shuttle buses run from the museum up to Cody School. Cody Elementary is a beautiful 14-acre property.
Yeah.
So we have the arenas all set up. Look, there's Roman riding, Annie Oakley, trick shooting. She does that trick thing with the shotgun over her shoulder, shooting in a mirror.
Yeah.
Yep, there's Buffalo Bill. And it's all choreographed. It is professionally choreographed and scripted using the original music that Buffalo Bill used over the course of his show, which his live show was seen by, I think this is a shocking number, 15 million people.
Really?
Yes.
That is a shocking number.
It is a shocking number. Wow. Of course, he traveled and was in Europe for over 10 years. That's a little picture of Boomtown. So after the show takes place every day at 12:30, starts promptly. It's 1 hour and 20 minutes. And then after the show, we have food trucks on the property and Boomtown. So you can take your kids out. And you should bring the children, Kyle.
Yeah, I'm sure that they would love it. They see the horses, they'd be going after it, trying to pet the horses.
They love the horses. And all of our we have 50 reenactors on horseback, and they all like they do this. They dress in period costumes, even when they're setting up the show. Huge banners, just like Buffalo Bill had during those days.
That's right.
Living history, that's what we're all about, Kyle. Oh my gosh, please.
It's okay.
Bring the kids.
It's okay, yes. It's a great weekend, and you know, we all get a chance to really meet with these reenactors, because I tell you what, they are in character literally the whole time. I mean, I was surprised when I showed up last Friday previewing it. I mean, they were full costume and they were ready to go. I mean, they know their stuff.
They do, and they're all historians. They all really do melt into the character that they portray. And I didn't realize how reenacting works. A lot of them do really take on the personality of maybe an ancestor or somebody. I met a woman who was depicting by dress and by, like she was going to be her great-great-grandmother, who was one of the first women physicians in west of the Mississippi.
Oh, how cool.
I know. So that's what they do. They adopt a character and then they become that. They live it. They do.
Okay, so talk about where the money goes. You know, you mentioned that it all is a fundraiser.
It is a fundraiser.
And this is really helpful for you all.
It is. The Buffalo Bill Museum, and I've only been there 2 years now, 2 years. Seems
2
like
years.
just yesterday.
Yeah, it does.
But this museum was started by the LeClaire Women's Club in 1957.
Yeah.
It has never received any federal funding of any. It really is just driven by donations and admissions, and driven by and manned by volunteers.
Yeah.
Every day we have volunteers at the desk. So the money is going to be used for. We did receive a grant last year for $20,000 from the RDA, Regional Development Authority, and so we're in the middle of redoing 2 major exhibits and a remodel of our playroom. So that stuff costs a lot of money,
It sure
Kyle.
does. Yeah, it sure does. So yeah, we all want to come out and support the
Please.
Buffalo Bill Wild West show. Any plans to do a 3rd year?
Oh my, you must be crazy.
I know it's a lot of work.
Oh my
and it's a lot of work to get these people to come down.
Nobody's talking about that. So
Okay,
come this year.
So come this year.
Come this year. This year for sure. That's
might
happening.
not get another chance.
Next weekend, June
Next
28th
weekend.
and 29th. Yes.
There you go. Buffalo Bill's Best of the Wild West show is happening next weekend at Cody Elementary School in LeClaire. The event is open 10:30 to 4 Saturday and 10:30 to 3 on Sunday. The live arena extravaganza starts each day at 12:30. As Rita mentioned, yeah, you can purchase tickets at the Buffalo Bill Museum, right?
Yep.
And then you can also get more information
And online on our Facebook page.
LeClaire.com. And of course, yeah, you want to follow the Buffalo Bill Museum as well, especially with those big renovations happening. That's exciting
it's going to be
stuff.
fun. We're hoping to launch we have a new Buffalo exhibit. It'll be a premier entrance to the museum, and that should be launched in the fall.
In the fall.
We have some surprises about. I'll be back.
No, I was
going to
say, we'll have you back on the show for sure. All right.
Good.
Rita?
I'm putting that down.
All right. Always a pleasure. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Well, next on Quad Cities Live, June is Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month. Learn more about the disease and how you can help raise awareness coming up.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
June is Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month, so chances are you or someone you know is impacted by some form of dementia. Tim Lane is a volunteer with the Alzheimer's Association and is joining us now here in the QCL studio. Tim, thank you so much for joining us today on a very important topic.
My pleasure.
Yeah, so Tim, let's talk more about Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month, because it's very important that we do raise awareness to these diseases.
Absolutely. More than anything, we just want people to know that there's such a thing as good brain health. Alzheimer's, if you're not aware, impacts millions upon millions, 50 million people worldwide.
Wow.
I wish I wasn't here, but our family was impacted, and the reason I'm here is because I don't want other families to go through what ours did.
Sure, so it impacts you personally, which is why you got involved with the Alzheimer's Association. So yeah, you're talking 50 million people worldwide, 7 million of those people here in the United States, and really we've got a lot of people in Iowa and Illinois who are suffering from this as well.
Yeah, 62,000 Iowans living right now with the disease.
62,000.
Yeah,
wow.
Another 250,000 in Illinois. You take those 300,000 people, you've got another 400,000 unpaid caregivers just in the bi-state area that are there to help a loved one as their brain disease unfolds.
Sure. So if you have a history of brain disease, Alzheimer's in your family, I think it's really important to be cognizant of that potential as you get later in life. So really early detection is kind of key on, I guess, preventing a prolonged suffering of this disease, right?
Yeah. It used to be that we found out somebody had Alzheimer's through an autopsy.
Sure.
And what's happened is we've learned more and more about brain health. We see the symptoms, but we've also found that the disease has maybe been in development 20 years before you start seeing symptoms. And so now we're able to diagnose or confirm a case through a PET scan.
Sure.
And we're on the verge of being able to detect the disease through a blood test. And the Alzheimer's Association has been critical in providing funding for research. There's 1,100 studies going on worldwide right now.
Wow.
And we're learning more and more. We still don't know everything, but early detection, being able to find a diagnosis and then get help.
And speaking of the help, I mean, there is treatment for early onset Alzheimer's, right?
Correct. Just in the last 2 years, we've been able to get 2 different drugs with FDA approval. There's a couple hundred folks in the Quad Cities right now that are getting infusions or treatments locally to be able to stave off or slow down the progression of the disease. And so Alzheimer's does not have a cure as of yet, but if we can slow down the prognosis and be able to add to the quality of life of a family, we're all about it.
It really is all about that quality of life, and that's why it's so important to support Alzheimer's walks, which we're going to talk about one locally happening as well. But we also wanted to talk about how what we can do now can really help us a little later down the road by creating those healthy habits with our brain now.
Yep. And what we've found is what was good for the heart is also good for the brain.
Okay.
So diet and exercise, those are critical. It was believed that Alzheimer's was purely a genetic disease, but we know that almost half the cases have more to do with the environment. So
really?
Making certain you get exercise, being socially and mentally engaged, eating well, staying away from smoking. They've actually linked the forest fires, the smoke, to Alzheimer's.
Oh, really? We've had a lot more of those here in recent times as well. So yeah, I think that's important that you note that, a lot of people have that mindset that this is genetic. So, if my grandparents, great-grandparents, if they didn't have dementia or Alzheimer's, I'm good to go. But really, we need to start doing things now to prevent all that from happening. And what people can do is they can actually participate in clinical trials, right?
Correct. Yep. Yeah, if you show signs or if you've got a family member that's showing signs, get a cognitive test, ask your primary care physician to do some testing, and then if it appears that you do have a diagnosis, confirm it with a PET scan, and let's get the help, get to a neurologist and get into a treatment plan as soon as possible. Yeah,
and there's support all around, for people who have Alzheimer's, or if you're caring for a family member who has Alzheimer's.
Yeah, I first found the Alzheimer's Association. My mom was diagnosed 12 years ago, and we didn't know where to turn.
Sure.
And so we reached out to the Alzheimer's Association. They connected us with support groups, trying to figure out how do you take mom's car keys away, knowing that there's a toll-free number, manned 24/7. You can call with any question to be able to help you navigate what otherwise would be a very vicious disease.
Yeah, and when you get that diagnosis of a family member and you're not familiar with Alzheimer's, you're probably wondering, well, what are my next steps? Like, do I have to take away the keys? Do I have to, make sure that they're confined in a safe space? So those resources can really help people kind of navigate that diagnosis. So obviously, it's all about raising awareness and all about raising money for Alzheimer's research, because like you said, the science is always changing, and we're getting new medicine. Like you said, within the last 2 years, there's been new medicine. So let's support it by doing the Alzheimer's Walk, or the Walk to End Alzheimer's. That's coming up in September. So we got to mark our calendars. September 13th.
Yep. Yeah, we've got 19 walks across the state, Clinton, Muscatine, the Quad Cities.
Yeah.
And just being able to come out and see that there's a community and support for a very important cause. And it's a great way to get active and stay healthy.
Yeah, so obviously you want to wear your purple, which is the color for Alzheimer's awareness, and maybe get a team together and participate in that walk. So that's happening at Vibrant Arena at the Mark in Moline. So how can we sign up for this event?
Visit alz.org, and you can register right there, as well as receive information for different programs and services and all available resources.
All right, so we've got the information right there on your screen. Register and check-in is at 8 o'clock there, Saturday, September 13th. Opening ceremonies begin at 9:30. Tim, thank you so much for joining us today and kind of helping us understand a little bit more about Alzheimer's and how we can help out.
Great. Thanks, Kyle.
Yeah, appreciate it. Well, still ahead on Quad Cities Live, we are going to talk about tips for Tad. We'll have a preview of this annual fundraiser remembering Tad, who lost his battle with melanoma. And grab your favorite kilt and bring your appetite for the annual Celtic Night Out, celebrating the Celtic heritage. We'll have a preview of this year's event with the Scottish American Society of the Quad Cities.
And plenty of sunshine for now, but we do have a slight chance for some rain, and those temperatures and that heat is coming into the area. More details to come here after the break.
Accurate and reliable. This is your First Alert Forecast with meteorologist Gianna Rodriguez.
What a beautiful Thursday today across the area. A lot of sunshine, a few clouds, but the rain not an issue for us here across the area. And that's what we're seeing right now through all our cams here in Dubuque and Iowa City, Washington here, and in the Metro Quad Cities. Definitely a beautiful day here, definitely summer-like, but the first day of summer will be until tomorrow, believe it or not. Here's a look at what we're tracking. So this evening, you shouldn't have any issues if you're heading out the door here. Some sunshine and those warm temperatures. There's a slight chance for some rain as we get into tomorrow morning and the potential for some storms as well. Very low chance for a severe threat. Otherwise, an extreme heat watch that, well, we're going to be keeping an eye on here this weekend. That being said, well, most of the viewing area is under an extreme heat watch for this weekend. That's going to be in effect noon Saturday until 9 p.m. on Sunday. Wouldn't be surprised if this gets extended into the beginning of that next week. That being said, we did go ahead and issue a first alert day for Saturday through Monday now due to heat index values that could be over 100 degrees. So again, it's going to feel really hot here and humid this weekend. And well, if you do want to spend some time by the pool, well, you definitely want to stay hydrated and apply that sunscreen. Otherwise, stay inside in the nice air-conditioned home. Otherwise, here's a look at the fuelscast as we get into this weekend. The afternoon, it's already going to feel like we're in those upper 80s, and as we get into the evening hours when people want to go and head out for dinner, well, it's going to feel like it's 103 degrees. And even as we get into the night hours, it's still going to feel like it's in the 80s. And as we get into Sunday, again, we're going to do this all over again. So it's definitely going to be a pretty hot one. Definitely limit your time outdoors. Stay hydrated. And again, check up on one another, especially on the pets, and well, we can't forget the little ones as well. Here's a look at our Everywhere Camera Network, and again, a lot of sunshine, and that's what we're going to be seeing here for the rest of the evening. As we get into the overnight hours, however, things are going to start to change. We are going to have the clouds roll back into the area. There's a disturbance and, well, cluster of storms that could be coming into the area tomorrow morning. Again, this is going to be a play-by-play to see if these storms do start to die down or if they will come through the area. Could produce some gusty winds and possibly for some small hail. Again, very on the low side tomorrow for severe threats for us. Otherwise, as we get into the evening hours, we should be clearing out a few clouds, and well, after that, we are going to be bone dry for this weekend thanks to all that heat and all that sunshine that we're going to have here across the area. Like I mentioned, again, the next couple of hours, temperatures that are going to go from the 80s to the 70s into the 60s here overnight. Otherwise, your 7-day forecast again, first alert days as we get into this weekend and the beginning of next week.
All right. Thank you so much, Deanna. And we will catch up with Deanna a little bit later in the show. So we're switching gears to Tips for TAD. It's a very important fundraiser that's coming up. The rate of melanoma diagnosis is drastically increasing, and a local nonprofit is collecting tips to support research as well as patients who are battling skin cancer. Joining us now to talk a little bit more about the annual Tips for TAD fundraiser is Chris Agnew, the director of the Tad Agnew Foundation, along with Jonna Chesney, owner of The Ridge in Davenport. Thank you both for joining me today, and welcome back, because I know you guys have been here in the past to talk about this very important fundraiser. So we appreciate you both for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So Chris, you know, this is all in memory of your son Tad, who you unfortunately lost back in 2012 to melanoma skin cancer. Tell us a little bit more about Tad and why you created this foundation.
Well, it is just amazing what has happened. Tad passed away in 2012, and I remember one of the things when he was really struggling with this, I mean, we've seen firsthand how devastating this disease can be, and one of the things he said to us was, "Dad, I really don't want to go through all this for no reason."
Sure.
And he wanted to make a difference. So we're so pleased that this is our 13th year now of Tips for TAD. It's going to be at The Ridge on June 28th. And over the past 12 years, we've raised almost $800,000.
$800,000. Yes, round of applause. I mean, that's mind-blowing.
And that's all for melanoma research and clinical trial work at Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center. In Iowa City. And the beauty of our nonprofit, we're an official nonprofit organization, is our executive committee is completely all volunteer.
Incredible.
So we have no paid staff, no administrative salaries, so donors to our mission know that every dollar that they contribute goes directly to our cause.
Yeah.
And we are really getting traction in Iowa City because they're now one of the top 3 melanoma research institutions and melanoma clinics in the country. And they, just a couple quick stats, they now are getting about 400 new melanoma patients every year, in addition to the people they're already treating. And these are melanoma patients that have been treated locally in communities all over the state and all over the Midwest. And they have lost hope. There's nothing they can do. And so they're sent to Iowa City And so many amazing things are happening there with clinical trials, FDA approvals on things they're working on.
Sure.
And they're doing miracles there right now, and we are excited that we're funding all of that.
Yeah, and Chris, we were looking at pictures of your son, Tad. He was very young, 33 years old. So, I mean, that just goes to show you that skin cancer, it doesn't matter what age you are. I mean, this can happen to anyone. And Jana, you knew Tad really well. You and your husband both. And I mean, you do so many great things for the community. So what made you want to get involved with this organization?
You know, just having the loss of somebody that's, you know, similar in age to you, so young like that, and a classmate of my husband's, and a friend to so many people. We wanted to do something to make a difference for him. And like Chris said, just like what Tad was all about is, you know, he didn't want it to be for nothing.
Sure.
So we're proud and excited to be a part of the event again. And like Chris said, it's our 13th year. 13th and yeah, every year gets better and better.
Yeah.
So we're super excited next Saturday.
All right. So, and really this is all about obviously raising awareness, raising funds. But I mean, you want everyone to have fun as well.
Yeah.
So what all can people expect as they're coming out for Tips for Tad?
Yeah, we have a food truck. We have Wolf It Down Pizza will be there.
So good.
They're so good.
Yes.
We're raising funds in different ways. We're selling T-shirts. We have T-shirts here.
Oh, yes.
In fact, we have one for you.
Oh, thank you so much. I still have my shirt from last year as well.
And there's number 13 on the back.
Yes.
And
that's awesome.
Lindsay Gardner made the design for us, so we're excited about that.
We do gear every year.
All right, and so all the money raised, I mean, it's going right to the foundation.
All the money for T-shirts goes directly to the cause.
Yeah.
We also are excited. This is several years in a row now. We're doing free skin screenings at the event.
Very important, yeah.
And Dr. Jill Lightfoot, a local board-certified dermatologist, is volunteering her time again. She is coming with all her staff, and last year she screened almost 100 people.
100 people, wow.
At the event, found 5 people with issues that needed follow-up.
Yeah.
And that's happened every year. So know the skin you're in.
Absolutely.
If you see something irregular or something that doesn't look right, get checked, because if you don't detect melanoma early, it's the deadliest form of skin cancer.
Yeah.
And if you were a kid running around with your shirt off, if you've been sunburned 5 times as a kid,
5 times.
You'd be double the chance of getting melanoma as an adult.
And I think that's really eye-opening, because I don't think you really, you know, when you're a kid, I don't think you really keep track of your sunburn. So, you know, obviously as someone with my complexion, with freckles and moles, you know, these skin detections are very important for that reason. And you know, Chris, it's incredible that you're doing these free screenings, especially because these cancer rates continue to grow really in the state of Iowa. Number 2, right? For
number 2 in the United
general.
States right now.
Yep.
And and melanoma, as you said, melanoma rates are increasing.
Yeah.
So we think early detection is really a key to this. And at the same time, come and have a great time.
Yes.
Buy a koozie. Now this koozie only has a Coke Zero in it. But
Jana, you can switch that, right?
I'll take care of that for everybody.
But they can switch that at the Ridge.
Yeah. Or you can stick with the Coke Zero. That's fine too.
And you can bid on Iowa Hawkeye tickets, Cub tickets at Wrigley Field.
Silent auctions, right?
We have all
live
kinds
auctions,
of
raffles, and thank you to everybody that donated so far.
Yeah.
We have so many amazing opportunities to bid on items, and all that money goes to melanoma research. So.
All right. Obviously, we have that information on the screen. That event is happening next weekend. And of course, if you want to donate to the Tad Agnew Foundation, you can do that by going to tadagnewfoundation.com. Chris and Jana, obviously a very important cause and a fun fundraiser, all to remember Tad. We appreciate you both for joining us today.
Thank you.
Kyle.
Thank you for the shirt. We really appreciate it. Or I really appreciate it. Well, up next, celebrating the Celtic heritage, bring your appetite and your favorite kilt for the annual Celtic Night Out. The Scottish American Society of the Quad Cities will join us next with the details.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Mark your calendars for 1 month from today. The Scottish American Society of the Quad Cities will bring the Quad Cities community together to celebrate Celtic culture, complete with music, dance, food, and fun for all ages. Mary Glockner-Buljan and Henry Marquard are the co-chairs of the event. Mary and Henry, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, I know you guys are really excited here, coming up in 1 month. We're talking July 19th.
July 19th.
July 19th down at Riverfront Grill in Rock Island.
Correct.
Big night.
Yes, it is. It's a lot of fun with bagpipes
Yes.
and food, including haggis. We make it.
Oh, yes, the
Our board
haggis.
makes the haggis ourselves.
Yes.
And then we have the Celtic band out of Cedar Rapids called Blame Not the Bard.
Blame not the bard. All right. So obviously at Riverfront Grill, Henry, there's going to be a delicious buffet served along with the haggis. We can't forget about the haggis.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's a wonderful festival. You know, when we started it, we were thinking about calling it Scottish Night Out, but we quickly decided we were brought into Celtic Night Out because, and we cooperate with a lot of events with the St. Pat's Society, and they cooperate with us on this, and so it really is to celebrate what is a really large Celtic community in the Quad Cities between the Scots and the Irish, and a few Welsh.
And a few Welsh, yeah. It's always great to see these communities come together for the big celebration. So how can we get our hands on some tickets?
You can get the early bird special if you get your check-in to our Scottish Society by July 12th.
July 12th, okay.
July 12th is the deadline. Otherwise, it's $35 at the door.
Okay.
But you can mail checks to P.O. Box 132, Moline, Illinois, 61266.
Okay.
And that just gets it mailed in by July 12th.
Perfect. Okay, and we're going to have that information coming up toward the end of the segment. So as we mentioned, I mean, this is family friendly, so everyone of all ages invited.
Yes. A lot of kids come, and kids are out dancing. They love the bagpipe music.
I mean, who doesn't love a good bagpipe,
That's
right? Right, exactly.
That's right.
So we also want to talk about the shortbread fingers here that you're going to be handing out, right?
Yep, we brought that one for you.
Yes, thank you.
That's your treat for after
That's my
this.
treat.
Yeah.
All right, that's my treat. So everyone gets this?
Scottish shortbread is our dessert this year, and we also have some cake from the...
Some cake?
Yeah, from... with Beltane.
From Beltane, which is a spring festival, which we had to cancel on the account of storms. So
tornado warning.
Oh, for the tornado. Yes, that weather, man. We're hoping for some good weather. So what makes this event so special each and every year? Would you guys say?
Well, because it's a broad, it's what the Celts traditionally call a ceilidh, which is a Irish and Scottish word for a party that has traditionally music, storytelling and humor, and of course a little drinking. So so it really is. It's really is a traditional Celtic, ceilidh, and we celebrate predominantly Irish and Scottish traditions.
Okay.
So, but it is a community-wide event for anyone who is interested and enjoys Celtic culture and music.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful, wonderful festival.
Yeah, this is a night for you to party it up and enjoy the Celtic heritage. And so we just got a close-up of the doll. So Mary, describe the doll.
Well, both my mom and dad's families came from Scotland.
Yeah.
So I'm about 100% Scottish.
Awesome.
And I bought this doll for my Aunt Dorothy. And when she passed away, it came back to me.
Oh,
so
that's awesome.
It's very special.
Yeah, very special to you.
Yeah.
And you've got your kilt on. And
my family tartan.
Yes.
And yes. And is your cap the family tartan?
It's the Mackenzie tartan, and my shirt is the Stewart tartan.
All right.
Yeah.
So significant to both of your families.
Right.
So everyone is encouraged to wear their kilt.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
And if you don't have one, I guess you can go find one, right?
1 month from today.
Yeah. Or,
1 month from today. Yeah. So let's talk the significance of the money. It obviously goes right back to the society, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just for promoting Celtic events.
Yeah.
Really. Yep. It's a nonprofit organization.
This is not really a fundraising. I mean, if we make a little money, that's fine.
Sure.
But this is we started this in 2021 after the COVID things started coming back, because we wanted to bring the community together for something that would be just fun after everybody's been stuck inside for 18 months.
Yeah.
So our first one, we weren't sure what was going to happen, but we had a sellout. And it was like, people, 21, and people were like, they wanted to come out and party.
Yes, absolutely.
So it was such a success that we just have been repeating it every year, and I think we've been making it better.
That's awesome. Yeah, bigger and better than ever. Obviously, this is right along the Rock River. We're looking at pictures from past events there. Everyone at Riverfront Grill just having a good time. What's the response been like from the community?
It's been great. We always have a lot of people that come at the last minute, come at the door. Maybe they're waiting to see what the weather's going to be like.
Yeah.
But
fingers crossed.
Yeah, and it's only $10 for children 12
That's
and
right,
under.
yeah.
So, yes, definitely a family event.
Yes, well, Celtic Night Out is happening Saturday, July 19th from
right.
6 to 9:30 p.m. at Riverfront Grill in Rock Island. So get your tickets in advance for $30. Otherwise, it's a little more, $35 at the door. You can purchase those tickets on Eventbrite.com. And again, children are $10, and you can send your check payable to SASQC to that address, as Mary mentioned on your screen. And of course, we'll have all of this information on our website, kwqc.com, under the Quad Cities Live tab. Mary and Henry, thank you so much for joining me today. Yeah, appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Have fun next month. Well, just ahead, instead of looking ahead to next month, we're going to do a Throwback Thursday. Deanna and I will share some special memories coming up next. All right, welcome back. It is time for our Throwback Thursday segment. But first, I want to say officially welcome to Deanna Rodriguez. This is her first time appearing on Quad Cities Live. Deanna's been with us for a few weeks now, right?
This is week 3.
Week 3. All right. So she is our newest meteorologist on the First Alert Weather Team. Obviously, spoiler, Deanna, you're going to come back on the show at some point, and we're going to get a whole segment of Deanna Rodriguez.
Oh, really?
You got to get to know you, right?
Right.
You got to get to know you. So she's a local person like myself. So
we have a lot in common.
We do have a lot in common, which, hey, we'll save it. That's a good teaser for when we have you on. But let's talk about your throwback here.
Okay.
We're kind of bringing her in and told her, hey, you got to find a throwback. So what are you sharing with us today?
Okay, I'm sharing this picture of me and my siblings, Ashley, Christian, and Fernando. I'm the oldest, and we all went bowling, and we had a really good time. And usually when, we all live together, it's, we're siblings, we're going to bump heads here and there.
Of course.
But it was a really good time to get out, and we've never really bowled before, so I guess.
So when was this then?
This was like a couple months ago.
And you had never bowled before?
No, like together.
Oh, together,
no,
okay.
Together. They didn't, but I have before.
So how's your bowling skills?
I wouldn't say I'm great, but I'll take a challenge, Kyle.
And it's all about having fun, right?
It's all about having fun. So yeah, it was definitely a good time, and yeah, no, I'm not good at bowling, so I'm not even going to say I'm a professional because.
I think I bowled a 200 maybe once, but otherwise I'm a little down there. That was just pure luck, I think, the last time.
I'm good at getting, what is it, gutters?
The gutter balls, yeah, the gutter balls. Yeah, those are always fun though.
Yeah.
Well, sounds like a great time. So my throwback, it was a challenge finding a throwback. I just went to my Facebook memories and pulled up this picture of a sunset of the river there in Milan. A friend and I apparently back in 2013 on this date, for whatever reason, decided that we were going to take a 14-point-something mile bike ride to who knows where, and then did a 3-mile run. I don't do that anymore these days with my kids. I know. The 7 miles for the Bix is the most I do. So, which I know you're planning on running it.
I am.
You're doing the sprints too, right?
Yeah, I'm on the team with you.
You are on the team, yeah. So we'll look forward to that coming up a little later next month. But I got to get myself out there and do more bike rides and runs like that. So
it's definitely not going to be a good weekend for running.
Yeah, we got to just stay hydrated as you're going out. And real quick, if you're headed to the River Bandits game tonight, or if you don't have any plans, buy a ticket tonight, and if the River Bandits win, you will be able to get a free ticket to a Tuesday or Wednesday game throughout the season. So that's a good deal, and let's go Bandits, right?
Let's go.
Yeah, it'll be a good evening for that, that's for sure. Well, thank you so much, Deanna, for joining us, and thank you for joining us for Quad Cities Live. Your News at 4 with Sharon is coming up next, and we will see you tomorrow.